Welcome back to another Brains of the SVO. Today, we'll be talking about JSC NPP class, better known as Classcom. Also, quick disclaimer, I may get stuff wrong by. Founded in 1990, Classcom is one of the oldest armor manufacturers of the post-Soviet era. You probably know some of their products because of how iconic they are, the most popular being the Masa. Then, you've got the ZSH series and the Torm. I'd say the ZSH and Torm are about equal in popularity, but most people probably recognize the ZSH more. Moving on from that, Classcom has a long history, starting with the steel chrome domes and evolving into aramid composite helmets. While they still make steel, and it does still see some use, most of what they produce nowadays is ceramic and aramid. Sorry to my steel splashers who still think a chunk of metal is better than multiple ballistic layers. Still, I'm getting off topic. We're not going to go through Classcom's full history here. I don't want to deep dive into 3 decades worth of history, especially since most of the pre-2000 records are only archived on paper. So, let's get started. First up, the Masa, Classcom's most iconic and one of the oldest designs. It's no surprise this helmet popped up. The Masa 1 SCH was spotted in use in 2023, worn by a Russian soldier. I don't have much more context for this photo, but it's a confirmed use. Next is the ZSH series. Pretty much every model from the ZSH 1, 12, 12M, and so on has been seen in the field. They're mainly used by Russian National Guard, whether it's Sober, Oman, or just regular National Guard units. There's also 2 use cases coming from Wagner PMC. Soldiers used a ZSH-1 and another one used a ZSH-12MR. Sadly, I couldn't find the pictures for these, so maybe one day I'll post them on my community page. And finally, on to one of the best currently issued helmets, the Torm. But before we get into that, I want to thank my sponsor, Cossack Bay on Instagram. I know I plugged them a lot, but this time is special. They recently got a big shipment in of Torm Ls. You can grab one for about 500 euros, normally. But if you tell them you come from my video, you'll get 20 euros off. So, if you're looking for a Torm helmet from a reputable seller, check out Cossack Bay on Instagram. Anyway, back to the video. The Torm holds a special place in my heart, since it was the first subject of my very first video. Even though that video was terrible, which is why you won't find it on my channel anymore. But anyway, the Torm has been spotted everywhere. Regular soldiers, VDV units, Marines, Special Forces, foreign troops, you name it. The Torm is rarer, but shows up with specialized troops, or National Guard units. The Torm S is trickier. While sober teams in some VDV and MVD use them, regular troops with Torm Ls sometimes cut off the sides to turn them into high cuts. I used to have a photo of that, but it's gone now. Still, it's worth noting. There's also the Torm 2 in black and green, which has been seen with National Guard units, Sober, and MVD. I do not know of any use cases outside of them. Now, onto vest. Classcom has made a number of vests, like the Kurun and Kora. Both have documented use in this war, but photos are hard to find. I know both variants, the Kora, black and in EMR, have been used. For the Kurun and its merry variants, I can only assume the newer variants saw service. I know of some Donetsk trooper who ran around with the Kurun VMK, but I only have a picture of a National Guard member with the Kurun, and that's about it. Moving on to the Baggery, it was mostly seen in early war 2022 with Oman teams, but I don't have any info on later use. It's probably still out there, but I haven't seen photos. But moving on to another series of vests, the Kulon series is a weird vest, pretty much being a modernized 6B23. They're mostly seen on Marines, some National Guard, and even regular troops have been spotted wearing it from time to time. Now onto Classcom's newer vest, which you can see here. Out of all of these, I've only ever seen the Tactics and Topaz being used, mainly by National Guard. So let's skip to what I really want to talk about, the Tactics vest. The Tactics vest is the newer vest being issued to both the Russian military and National Guard. You mostly see it in black, ATACs or OD with the National Guard, and in EMR with Russian troops. The Tactics vest only recently started getting issued to the Russian military in 2025. And finally onto miscellaneous, shields and frag suits. Classcom offers 3 frag suits and 3 shields. The frag suits resemble that of a certain company, but I've only ever seen the Cobalt L in use, worn by Russian National Guard sappers. As for shields, I've only seen one use case of a shield, the Buckler KR Small, which you can see here. And that's about it. I hope you guys enjoyed this video and found it helpful. Hopefully this corrects some of the mistakes from my old Torm video. Thanks for the support, and as always, I'll see you next time.